Hello. We just getting started. I'm setting everything up because I don't plan ahead. Yay. We got some things to do. I did not work on this ahead of time like I said I would. But we can work with that. This is an unusual time. And I don't know what happened with the filters on for this screen, but I think it looks cool. Ooh. Let me see. And that one needs some editing. And then I'm just gonna copy it over to the other side. Not ready for your pajama. Pajama time. Right now, this is just editing old pieces. Because why make all brand new pieces when I can just edit? I'm literally doing homework again. I was doing this when I'm busy. Oh boy. Bring these together. Or I have a better idea. There we go. I'll just put that over here. Thank you. Oof. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about having bad English. My English is also kind of whack. I have to go. I will come back after homework. Be responsible. There we go. I'm fixing these up. I'm probably gonna put them all on one layer though, just to make things easier. And you. But that should be about it, because I gotta add sucks on these anyway. Because this is for your brain. Hello, good afternoon. This is a special Friday, because I'm usually not streaming Friday. But today is a special occasion. Because last week was such a mess with the streaming schedule, I only streamed like 2 days last week. Although now I have to go and fix these socks because they're not lined up with the leg. Just gotta line it up a little bit better. I'm writing my book right now. I decided to jump around in chapters, and I'm writing chapter 16. Understandable. It's okay to skip around. You're the one writing it in the first place. What fun. There we go. Now everything's more lined up with each other. Although I could maybe turn this down a little bit more. Just a little bit more around it. Nothing too crazy. There we go. And then I'll just grab some arms. Yeah, I'm having some fun introducing how someone specific is still in the story and can talk to the main characters. Ooh. What fun. Because chapter 16 finally reveals some big things in it. Ooh. Nice. Now let's see what can what outfit has the most arm? Actually, wait, I have the base. I have the base on here. I can just rip from that. But I'll do that later. Let's start coloring things. Everything's just gonna be on the same layer for now. Where are we? Check Ace PE uniform. It should have the most, though, if you're looking from yours, I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking for my, oh, this is hair. I'm looking for my previous models. Because it's kind of easier to keep the style consistent if I just reuse parts from stuff that I already did. Because you know, like most artists, style tends to change over time, whether you want it to or not. So just for some consistency, I at least try to keep it consistent by reusing old parts and trying to mimic whatever the heck I was doing. That's hair. That's the base underneath. That's the legs. Let's color the shorts. And in order to make it easier, let me bring the image. Let me bring our reference. Here we go. Pull the colors from. Except for skin tone, this image is very blue. This is very, very blue. Why is it so blue? I'm just gonna worry about the flat color for now. Because the shading details, that lags the computer, because whatever I was doing here is not exactly the same as what I usually do when I draw illustrations. My illustrations have more of a cel-shaded look to it. The VTuber models don't really. I don't know how to describe it, whatever I'm doing with the shading. It's like a hybrid on the models. It's not what I do with illustration. Because like with the Appel illustration, I'll do like the shading in like a cel-shaded kind of way. And then I just duplicate that layer and then blur it out, but I don't do that for this. My model making process is, I don't know how to describe it, it's a thing. I'm doing something, that's for sure. I might have to extend the legs up, because these are some tiny shorts. Tiny shorts. And I'll come back to fix the line art for the shorts. To make it look more like shorts. I do pretty flat shading, as you've seen in my own 2D models. I adapt my normal style in a unique way. Yeah. I think that's normal for actual artists to have like a few variations of your usual style. I think that's also just something some people don't understand. Why is your art style look so different? Called I am continuing to adapt my ways. Which is a little bit annoying because I do want to be consistent with some things, but like it's just human nature to like slightly evolve with your art over time. It just happens. Style changes can be very noticeable though if you're like going from like one way of drawing things to like another and there was like no weird in between phase where you were slowly evolving. My style is actually from a study I did a while ago. The anime is niche and dead, so it isn't stealing, just interesting. You can't really steal an art style. Don't worry about that. There's some things that you can't actually steal, no matter how hard people try to gaslight you into thinking you're stealing. Because when it comes to like style, everybody has their own interpretation of it anyway, so it's not like you're always going to be 100% copying somebody else's style. Which is different from plagiarism. Plagiarism is just pretending you did something you did not do. Hello, Redberry. Coloring parts in, but I'm not going to shade it right now because that is it's too much for my computer to handle right now. We're just getting the flat colors, and I'm probably going to redo line art. Okay, bye, Harry. If you looked at a screenshot of an anime buddy fight in mind, you'd have a hard time guessing which is the real one. It's kind of funny. But you can't steal style, you can't steal poses. Because if you're an artist that actually draws your own thing, you're always going to make it slightly off from what you're looking at anyway. And not everybody's going to draw the same thing in the same way. And that's what makes art fun. Is that you can have two people draw a tree, but they're going to draw the trees very differently from each other, even if they're looking at the same tree. Hello, welcome, Haru. Haru. I keep saying Haru, but it's an O. Welcome back. This is a special day. I don't stream on Fridays. I only do it if I can't stream on a specific day. Friday is like a bonus day. Friday is the I'm making up for lost time day. Buddy Fight is essentially the love child of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. No, I'm not kidding, because Drum are basically the Pikachus of Buddy Fight. That's cute. I'll look into that. Sounds funny. Really fancy little flower. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. I'll touch that up later. But for now, the shorts are shorts. Season 4. 4 seasons of funny. I'm not counting Ace, that ruined the franchise. And some buddy fight characters were inspirations for my twist characters. Oh, that's cute. What is this? What is layer 9? And oh, I didn't merge the slippers. Oopsies. Yeah, the layers are not. Bring those together. Now we got feet. It's fine. I'm just here to be silly. I'm gonna put the slippers up front. There we go. Or else I'm gonna summon 300 ceiling fans on the floor on your yard at 3 o'clock in the morning. I appreciate the support. I probably should have just colored it one color first before doing this, but I don't care. I don't really care that much for the leg details because you don't really see them that much. Like, I don't put too much focus on them. Especially when I break it down into layers for live 2D. The legs are very, like, solid. I usually focus on, like, the upper half having more parts. It's like, I don't have to add the legs, but it just looks better if there's legs there. Like, I just don't like the idea of if I zoom out on the model, it's just missing the bottom half. That bothers me. I decided to swap to doing an illustration because I got inspo. Getting a glass of wine. What? Holding him. Ooh. Fancy. Fun. Why do I keep saying that? We're just here to chill. Yep. I don't have too much to yap about it in the moment, but we'll see. What tangents will we go on today? The world may never know. Grim spotted! Grim spotted! It's a special day today because I did a lot last week. My fellow Grim, check her out, please. Yee. Gremlin time. The Cheeto bird is here. As I'm working on fun things. I always have to make my own stuff. I can't wait to break this down into layers. Yeah, like your little pajama design looks so cozy and comfy. Yeah. I wish I had comfortable pajamas. I mean, it's not that far off from what I would wear. The only difference is I don't wear shorts in real life. That's about it. Everything else, yes. Goofy slippers, check. Cardigan, check. Goofy socks, check. It's not that far off. Are you impressed with my slipper skills? I had to look up Lilia's pajama his pajama model because he's the only character that was wearing goofy slippers. And like I needed that reference because how do you draw foot in slipper? He was my reference model. Thank you, Lilia Van Rouge, and your love of goofy slippers. Do I have stories? Oh boy, do I have stories, but I don't feel like sharing it with the world anymore because the internet is a good place. But I'm still cooking up ideas. Flip-flops have like this thing I can draw it real quick. The separate layer. The flip-flop kind of looks like this. Like, it has this thing on it. And usually your foot is kind of like this when you wear it. Like your big toes on this side and then the rest are on the other side. Slippers cover your whole foot. And then a slide, it's kind of like a flip-flop. But it's just this thing. And then your foot is like this underneath. And that's the difference between a flip-flop and a slipper. Yeah, the Y thing. I don't... Well, I'm upset. It crashed on me, no! It crashed on me! Critter crashed on me. No! My slippers. They're not colored anymore. My progress. It could have been worse. But man, that sucks. See, this is why I need to invest in a new laptop. I don't want it crashing all the time. Bring it back, Greta. Greta, please. It probably just sucks running on a MacBook. I freaking hate this MacBook. Reduced to atoms. Evaporated. Rip my slippers. I'm currently trying to get a model posed and it's being a pain. I understand it. The struggles of being an artist. The program crashed on me for the 15th time. I remember using Maya and that thing would also crash out on me all the time. But I had a habit of like saving every like 5 seconds. Because that thing, ooh, that thing was struggling on the MacBook. Oh boy, rendering. Don't get me started there. Yeah, MacBooks are not built for streaming, that's for sure. They really aren't. They're just built to look pretty. Ooh, fancy. Look at how fancy we can make this thing look, even though it's not very practical. Ooh. You're amazed by how fancy our product looks, but it's still very stupid. Ooh. Anyone know how to parent an object to a hand in Clip Studio Paint? I do not use Clip Studio Paint. I wish I did. But at the same time, I don't know. Yo, you remember back in 3D Foundations the amount of times Maya crashed on us or the models exploded? Yes, yes I do. I just remember how bad rendering out things were. Like, my laptop was crying. Good times. Oh, the memories. Remember how we lost our minds? Those were the days. Oh, Render Man was the worst. I still didn't understand how to use it. And then, like, by the time we got back to, like, classes, they stopped using it. It's like, what was the point? I don't need it anymore. That was so stupid. Why did we have to waste our time with it? Oh, because it's Pixar's. Pixar. They probably realized it was making the Max crash. Right. The MacBooks could not handle Render Man. They couldn't handle the Pixar quality rendering. Well, I actually do want to do more things with Blender. I still haven't finished some 3D models I was working on in there. Even though I should. We spent like a whole class learning that thing only for them to be like, we're using the built-in rendering. We're stuck with the contract with Apple. We can't break out of it, so here your MacBooks won't explode anymore if we just do this. Sam, I want to start using Blender too. Yeah. I mean, Blender and Maya are very like, weirdly complicated things, but I feel like Blender is less complicated. At least once you figure out what you're using it for. I mean, I guess the same could be applied to Maya. It's like once you figure out what you're using it for, it's not that hard. I think the only thing that I haven't really figured out much with Blender is like shortcuts. Cause like remember how with Maya they gave us like these scripts to put in so that way we can like select things easier with rigs. I want to be able to do that in Blender, but I'm still too much of a noob to it to figure out how you do that. Especially because it's like, I'm not a coding person. I didn't like touching that area, but like, it made it easier to set up animations. Because that's the thing I'm struggling with Blender right now, is trying to animate things. Because, like, yeah, I got the model rigged and all that, but, like, I have to, like, grab it piece by piece. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how the animation works on there. I just need to master the controls and figure out where everything is in Blender. I found, like, really cool tutorials for making low poly stuff in Blender. I've come to the realization that I don't really like making 3D models in Blender that have like that 3D art style. I kind of like the retro kind of video game models. Or at least something similar to it. Because they look more stylized and it's more fun and the facial expressions can be more silly. And you don't have to worry about deforming a 3D model all the time because you're just sliding pictures across it. Like 3D is cool and all, but I feel like my art style in general is still too 2D to work with 3D. That anime looking low poly stuff is more my favorite. Yeah, they're really cute too. Yeah. And because we have modern hardware, we're not that restricted with limitations. I can make a whole bunch of facial expressions. Although I do want to go back and fix the ortho and Eda models that I have with like eye controls. I want to put eye controls on them. Because just having the eyes move in like your basic directions is not enough. I need them to move independently from the mouth. Endless expressions. Although I also want to figure out how to, like, make them smaller. Because I feel like that's the one problem. Because the models, the way they are now, they have, like, the tiny eye expressions that make it easier for them to have, like, a shock face. Ooh, that'll be fun to work with. Yeah. I don't know. I want to go back and work on those because, like, I want to, like, sell them, but I don't know how that works. It's like I wanna make them like an asset for people to use so that way they don't have to rely on the same regular bunch of like 3D free to use models. Or just boring free to use models. Something fun and silly. But I don't know, because, like, I don't even know how to properly rig things in Blender. I just followed a tutorial, and it was like, hey, get this plugin, and it'll make the rigs so much easier for you. And I'm like, okay. But the problem is, I still need to know how to rig manually, because one of the models that I was making does not have legs. And, I need to figure out how to do that. Did you see the art fight drama? I never cared about art fight. I don't care what those people are doing. But I know what's happening with the art fight thing, and it's really stupid. Art fight always came off as kind of stupid to me. I've heard in passing, but IDK anything about it. Apparently on their website they made a rule that you can't use 3D models as reference for your drawings. Which is like really stupid because that's like a professional practice. Using 3D models that you can pose yourself to reference how to use poses. I think they said something about like you can't trace 3D models or whatever, but it's like that's what people do? Like, even I kind of do that sometimes, where it's like, I find a pose that I like, I kind of trace it as, like, a base, and then I just draw over it and, like, you know, adjust it so that way it's like, I didn't trace it, because I'm trying to figure out how to get the pose to begin with. Yeah, it really is. It really sounds like somebody who doesn't understand art made the rules. Because, like, there's a weird misconception about the concept of, like, tracing. Where it's like, it's not plagiarism if you're using it as a way to help you learn how to draw. Because, like, if you're just tracing stuff and then posting it pretending like you drew it, that's plagiarism, buddy. But if you're tracing something to practice how to understand form and shape, that's different. You're allowed to do that. That's how you learn. I think I've mentioned this before, but I used to take wall stickers of Tinkerbell, put them in my notebook, and then trace over them to draw because, like, I was a kid and I was learning. And that's kind of how I started learning how to draw. Like, I'm a very self-taught artist. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's usually how people use 3D models anyway. They're usually blank too, so you have to apply the clothes onto them anyway. I feel like the same people would get mad at me for reusing my own parts that I drew just to make a VTuber model. Like, why am I gonna spend all that time redrawing the entire thing and then it has a very stylistically different look when I can just take what I already worked on and just edit it to fit the new outfit? Like, some people really don't understand the creative process. I think if it's just for the pose, that's different than plagiarism as well. A pose ain't copyrighted or belongs to any one person. Exactly. Yeah. Like, I'm going to take a piece from one of my previous models. So that way I don't have to draw a whole new neck. I just need to find it because I gotta actually read what I name my files. I don't name my files properly. I just I just key smash most of the time. But yeah, let's see. Let's open this. Because I actually need this one actually. We'll open this previous model. Boom. And we're gonna find the neck. Because I don't feel like drawing a new neck. I'm just gonna take the neck. There's so many layers on here. I'm gonna copy that. And then I'm gonna put it here. There. And it's already kind of in the right position too. It's just that the hair pieces need to go behind the neck. There. And then get these out of that folder. Boom. Easy. Because I use Einstars cards for poses all the time. I don't copy the clothes, I just put my own OC in the pose, using it to help get the proportions right. Yeah, exactly. Like, I do a lot of, like, practice stuff where I find a pose I like, I kind of draw over the pose, and then I just draw something else over it. Because it's like, I'm just trying to figure out how to get the pose started. Recycling. Yes, it also helps with model consistency. Because my art style will be evolving too much, and I am just like, ah. Although I don't need this one for the chest. I needed it for the neck. Thank you for your service, Halloween Ambi. Where's another one that I can use parts of? Ah, this one. I'm gonna yoink this one real quick. I did get one hang comment, yeah, but guess what? Tracing is better than using AI. Yeah, pretty much. As well as learning basic shapes in your spare time to help. You can't rely on AI to do everything for you because it's not smart. It really is not smart. People like to act like it's the smartest thing ever when it's not. Oh, I can steal the arms from this one. I can steal the arms from this one, actually. I just need to steal the hands from the other one. Okay, this. I need this. I don't need all of it, but I need it. Put here. I just gotta edit it a little bit more. Because it's not how I want it. And I don't care that it's a little asymmetrical. You're not gonna see the other side anyway. Just need to adjust this. I might have to readjust the shorts. The shorts need to be adjusted. Like, see, I am thinking smarter, not harder. We saving time with this one. You know, if you want an open source alternative to Live 2D, there's Inochi 2D. Yeah, there's a pop-up, but honestly, that's nothing compared to the subscription for Live 2D. I don't even have a subscription for Live 2D. I've just been making everything with the limited layers, and it still works properly. I'm fine with the limitations of it. Although honestly, I could just bring the torso down. I'm still gonna have to adjust the shorts, but whatever. My characters tend to have long torsos anyway. We save in time with this one, boys. The only annoying part is just trying to color the way that I've been coloring these models for like the past, I don't know, couple months. I need to adjust. No, I can just adjust the shorts again. There we go. Proceed to look it up. Yeah. Good resources exist out there. I don't remember how I found out about Krita. I think it was on YouTube or something. Or somebody in one of my classes told me about it because I knew at a certain point I was no longer going to be able to use Photoshop for like anything. Like I ain't doing a subscription for Adobe. Adobe's bleh. It's like I don't want to like brick a computer either, so it's like, you know what? best option. Just find something that's like Photoshop as in Photoshop. Oh wait, I did need the other one. Oopsies. Halloween Ambi, you gotta come back here, please. Hello, welcome back. I need to yoink the top half of your torso. And put that under the neck. Yeah, it can be right here. There we go. Or was it like this? I think it was set up like this. Yeah, that's how it was set up. Okay. Just do that, see? It's already coming along nicely. I just need to edit the shoulders here. And because the shirt is right there, I don't really need to care that much. We're using our brain cells. Well, there's probably still some stuff that's gotta be edited here, because I need the arms. I need the arm pieces. I have to reinstall Honkai Star Rail because they're releasing part 2 of the Fate collab, and I said that either Mr. Rekka had a release or Gilgamesh, and well, have a fake collab with Honkai Star Rail. I'm tempted. I want to play Honkai Star Rail. I don't have space. I don't have space for anything, man. Like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Like, I want the cowboy. I want this man. I want the funny space cowboy robot man. I want to know more about this character. Because I think the design is really cool. Okay, there we go. Things are looking... They're looking... There we go. The characters look interesting, but I can't convince myself to play. There's too many cool games. I still need to finish the third Devil May Cry. I think I'm on one of the final boss fights and I am struggling. Cause by the time I hit the second phase of the boss fight with Virgil, I suck. All my skill just disappears. Like, Virgil, please do something. You're not helping me. Oh, that has that attached to it. I still play Uma, and I need to, like, force myself to not pull until Vega or Opera O gets a costume because they're my Oshis. I mostly just keep up with Twisted Wonderland. That's, like, the only thing on my phone. And I also have Fire Emblem Heroes, but I don't really use it that much. There we go. I am smart bean. And then there we go. Arms done. I just need real hands. See, the more I start making my own models, the faster the process goes when making them. Because I already have a bunch of pieces at the ready to, like, just yoke. The only time-consuming part is making the new clothes for the outfits. Let me see. Where is the correct file for the blue? The blue has hands. For context, I play JP Umamusu Night only, so I have no clue in either game. Yeah, I played Japanese Twisted Wonderland. I tried having both, but I just wasn't vibing with the English version all that much. I'm like, you know what? I can only handle one at a time. I'll take the Japanese one. Okay, I have two hands here. Where's the ones without the shading? I can just edit the... Yeah, I can just edit the thing to have the right skin tone. I'm gonna keep the nails on this one, though. I'm gonna keep the painted nails because I think it looks cute. It matches with the vibe that the human outfits are, for some reason, all, blue. Oh. But, never mind, I was about to say, why do they look like that? I think the reason I made them like that was because of the way the other model was made. Because this hand is more exposed than the other one. We could just get rid of this one then, and just work on the other one. Put it in like the correct position or something. Whatever. I'll figure out the proper placement of it later. Actually, I can just get rid of these real quick. I'm focused on the left arm pieces and then just copy them over to the right. Yeah, see, thinking from the brain. Honestly, if you would ever play Uma, I suggest playing JP. The EN is not worth it, and we have a lot more characters and cards as free to play. I even have a lot of the girls. Yeah, I feel like for some reason, whenever a game, like a JP Gacha game, gets like an English version, the rates on the English version suck so much worse. Like, I was playing Twist EN, and I feel like the rates weren't that great, as well as the rewards. Yeah, they didn't really give you enough rewards or whatever, like, they felt stingy. But, like, I have a bunch of SSR Twist cards. Like, a lot of them. One of my friends play it, and I thought it was cute. bit better. Well, I gotta kind of get rid of some of the... That's on this... No, I think it should be fine. That looks better. I'll probably do more detailing on the game later. It is time to end it. We'll be back to regular shenanigans next week. When it comes to streaming. But yeah, bye-bye! Enjoy your weekend. Oh boy. See you next time.